So, new education policy or national education policy 2020. In short, it is NEP 2020. In that or under that, we are focusing on skill development initiatives that are taken by the national government under the purview of the recommendations given by or proposed by NEP 2020. Now, this topic is very, very important. Please understand the severity of the seriousness of the topic. NEP is meant to bring in a lot of revolutionary changes in the entire education sector of our country. I again request, please don't take this as a course for your career enhancement or for any promotion as such. Being a teacher at higher level of education, each one of you are responsible and accountable to know every detail about new education policy or national education policy 2020. And I'm seeing each one of you on the screen. Now, forget that you're all assistant professors or associate professors, whatever it is. Now you are a student. A good teacher is always a good student. And please sit in a place. I'm still seeing, for example, Suvarna Madam is walking somewhere. I don't know where she's walking to. Okay, and this is not nice. You are expected to be a student now. Sit in a place, listen to the lecture, take down the points, or even you can take the pictures of the slides. Now, this topic is a very serious topic. You are coming to know as a teacher and teacher educator what revolutionary changes are going on in our country, especially in the field of education. So, as early as possible, I want everybody to sit in your place. Dr. Rekha, please come on the screen. Rekha is disappearing. Ravindra is disappearing. I do not know. I am going to stop my talk now if I don't see anybody on their places. Okay? Please. Ravindra is still missing. Number 23. Number 23, Ravindra. Ravindra Namdev Dhale. And this is very bad. I am going to complain to the course coordinator and will see that the people are removed. You are meant to sit in a place and listen to the lecture, not moving here and there. Focus on the topic. Stop doing other things, please. Being the senior faculty, being the teachers and teacher educators, we should know what is our duty, what is our responsibility, and how we should take up a course. And this is streaming on YouTube also. Please be careful. Stop doing all other things. Don't commit yourself with other things like your on a course. Please, and stop talking and mute your mics. Keep focusing on the topic. Okay, I'm sorry for this kind of instruction in the beginning itself. And being teachers, we need to be role models to the entire society. The government is spending lakhs of rupees on each course. And that is the tax paid by the people like us only. Better you be aware of these things. And please don't deviate me from the topic. I need to speak to you so many things. It's a very vast area. Even 2 sessions are not enough. And we are talking about something like what revolutionary reforms that have taken place in the field of education, which includes both school education as well as higher education. You must be knowing that we are all working in the field of education itself, and many of us do not know the actual meaning of education. And remember, education is the only tool that can improve the economic conditions of a country and make it very strong and stabilized. Education is a very important weapon. It's a means for progress. And we are seeing the evolution of education before independence as well as after independence. There were so many commissions before independence, like Kothari Commission and many others, which I don't want to spend more time on those issues. And in the post-independence period also, there were so many reforms. And the most important one was 1986 National Policy on Education, NPE 1986. That was a very important reform, a revolutionary reform, which underwent some changes, marginal modifications and revisions in the year 1992, again in the year 1996, then 2000, and one more reform, a revolutionary reform, a milestone was NCF 2005. Now, please ask yourself, how many of you are aware of these issues? If you do not know about these things, I'm really sorry about you. So NCF 2005 is nothing but, anybody knows the expansion of NCF? Anyone knows? Speak.
Prof.
Yes, Kavita, tell me.
No, sir, NCF 2005.
National Credit for
No, Parvati madam.
National Curriculum
National
Framework.
Curriculum Framework.
Curriculum Framework.
Parvati madam, it is National Curriculum Framework, NCF 2005. Now, which strongly stresses on making the students self-learners, self-constructors of knowledge, not depending on information created or given by teachers. To become independent learners, they are supposed to construct their own knowledge. And teachers are no more teachers. They play the role of teacher as a facilitator, classroom facilitator. And that particular thing is called constructivistic approach. Constructivism. So, NCF 2005 was a milestone as far as the reforms in education is concerned. Again, in the year 2009, national policy was there with respect to teacher education, NCFTE. After that, really the most wonderful reform in the entire country of India, except a few states, now NEP 2020 is. So each one of us should know what actually is this. I want everybody to focus on this. And the national government is spending a lot of money and resources on initiating an awareness drive among all the teachers of higher education across the country. It feels that each one of us should know about NEP 2020. Let us suppose tomorrow or next week, if somebody calls you to speak something about NEP 2020, you need to be very authoritative. You should be knowing what changes have taken place, what recommendations are given, what steps are taken by the state governments and central government to implement the recommendations or propositions given by NEP. So that is why, dear friends, you know that we people are Indians and we are very proud of being Indians because we are almost into third position, economic power, okay, almost third economic power, the most economic power in the entire country now, I mean the entire world. Now, this is all because of the revolutionary changes that have taken place in India, especially in the field of education. So it is only education that can bring in stability, sustenance to economical development and what all other aspects of educational development are in the country. Remember, we should know each and everything about it because we need to implement what all the recommendations that are there in our colleges or in our universities. And as the parents of our own children who are studying either in schools or in colleges or in universities, what best we can do as parents? Remember very well that the topic on hand is the initiatives taken by the government regarding the development of skills. Now, dear friends, let me tell you that now this is the era in which the skills count a lot. More than knowledge and information, the skills are very much required today. You are accountable to develop skills among your children at home as well as your students in the educational institutions. So from these 2 points of view, I request each one of you to be more focused on these things. There is something called competence. Competence. In Kannada, the other way around it is called samarthya in my internet facility. Madilla, preliminary information. So sorry for the disturbance. So here, what I would like to tell you, competence is the combination of knowledge, skills, attitude, and aptitude. Now, gone are those days where knowledge used to be a very important thing in life. Now, knowledge which is not applied using skills is of no use. So today, skills are equally important with respect to knowledge, and even attitude is much more important to apply. So like this, we need to focus on these issues. Now, so I have already spoken about NPE 1986, 1992 reforms. Over the last 3 decades, a lot of changes have taken place in Indian education system in almost every segment and sector. Still, there are many problems like inadequate enrollment. The quality of education is not that good, which is of expected level. Lack of equality and equity both. Insufficient infrastructure. Lack of financial resources required for bringing in qualitative changes in education like this. So at this juncture, NEP 2020 has attempted to diagnose the problems and provides innovative solutions to the existing problems right from preschool education up to postgraduate education and even doctoral level. So NEP has come as a weapon to solve many of the problems. So it's a policy document, you must be knowing about it. It's a policy document that outlines the vision on education in India for 21st century. You know very well, in pre-independence period, education's nature was different. Then after independence, for about 2 decades or 3 decades, it was different. Now, since 2000, it is totally different. So it's a comprehensive framework that aims to transform the whole education system in our country. So transformation is very important. All these years, education was transferred. The knowledge was transferred from teachers to students. It was rote memory oriented education. Now it is experiential, practical based, skill based, because we want not transfer, we want transformation. So this NEP was approved by the Union Cabinet of India in the year 2020 in the month of July on 29th. So please remember this date. You may have the exam at the end of the course. 29th July 2020. That is a date of approval of NEP by the Union Cabinet of India. So the main aim of this NEP is to revolutionize the entire education system. Okay, and from just knowledge-based education to skill-based, especially keeping in view the holistic development of the child, as well as developing a lot of need-based, industry-based skills, which are called vocational skills. So there is a lot of investment. There's a lot of investment. In fact, the very program which you are attending is also an investment by the national government. There's a lot of decentralization. So NEP wants to make India a knowledge superpower in terms of application of knowledge using the skills. So that is where it differs. I want to give you some statistics to develop an awareness on what seriousness that we have. I want everybody to focus now. You know very well, India stands number 1 in the population. We have beaten even China. Okay, with a less geographical area, we have got more number of people with high population density. But one thing is very advantageous here, one thing is very positive, that our country stands one among the topmost countries, maybe first country itself, to have more population of youngsters. So 37 to 38 crore out of 146.5 crores, that is about 27% of the people of our India constitute the youth. So this is something which is really good. In no other country, as much of 27-28% of the total population constitutes the youngsters. So youth population below 25 years is 54% plus. So 54+% is below 25 years. Now this is an added advantage. If you take up working age group, out of 147 crores, 62% of the people are working, and they fall in between 15 and 59. So you can see even 20 years old boy or girl is working in India. So 62% of the people in India, they are working today, they fall into 15 to 59 range. Now this demographic advantage will last only until 2040. That is another 15 years. This advantage is good. Maybe by 2030 or 35, we start feeling the heat of it. Now, what is the problem here? It's really a demographic advantage, which is not there in any other country in the world. What is that? Nearly 25%, 27, 28% of the people are youths, and around 62% of the people are working in India, working age group that is. But this will last only for about another 15 to 20 years. But when it comes to 2035 or 40, we will start having problems of not finding employment, skilled people in the country. So we have very less time frame, another 15 years we have. And the most important problem is we lack skilled workforce. Most of the students are graduates, but not having skills required to meet today's challenges. That is the problem. Now that is called skilling challenge. So skill training efforts are being done, of course, across multiple sectors, including some multiple government departments at both central as well as state level. We want to conduct skill training programs involving private training givers, educational training institutions, employers who are the owners of industries, and associations related to industrial organizations, and even some organizations which always assess and certify the acquired skills of students. So why I am telling you all these things? We are into deep problem hereafter, that being highly populous country in the world, we have got many students coming out of universities and colleges as graduates, but nearly 75 to 80% of them are not having skills which are really necessary in this kind of competitive world. Suvedita madam, Suvedita, focus on course please. Stop talking to others. I'm saying you more, talking to others. Please focus the camera, please. So all these stakeholders need to align their work together in order to achieve the target, Skill India. You know very well that we are becoming very powerful, and it is mainly because of skills. Now, there are some reports which have been done, conducted by some research organizations. I want everybody to look into these statistics. I would like to draw your attention discussing about 3 to 4 reports. Now, India Skill Report 2022 says like this. Look at this. Only 48.7% of total youth in India is employable. Look at this. Almost 50% of the youth who have become graduates today, okay, they are not employable. That means they lack employability skills. Every 1 out of 2. So 50% of the people are graduates. They have knowledge, but they don't possess skills which are necessary. About 75% of all the companies surveyed reported a skill gap in the industry. So the survey included around 75% of the companies existing in Indian sector. So they say that there is a lot of skill gap. So because of this skill gap, the employability scenario is very, very poor. It is affecting that. What is skill gap? The skills which are required by the industry are different when compared to the skills which are acquired by the students in the education and institutions. Now, this is also called skill mismatch. Skill gap means the lack skills, the required quality of skill, the required quantity of skill, the required sharpness of skill which is not there. So that is called skill gap. Skill mismatch means skill acquired is not aligning with skills required. Say, for example, I have done my B.Ed, let us suppose. Now, the profession of teaching requires very good communication skills with a good language. I have done my B.Ed, I have scored 95% marks. I have been certified as a first rank holder in the university. But the teaching skills which I have learned in the college where I did my B.Ed may not be enough to meet the requirements of education sector. That is called skill gap. Or the skills which were taught to me in the college are different, whereas the skills which are required by the education and institutions are different. Then it is called skill mismatch. Okay, so that is what going on. Then Indian Labour Organization, ILO, has said there will be a skill deficit of 29 million by 2030. Now it is 2025, almost done. Half year is over. So 29 million, 1 million means 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs. So 29 million people of required skills are required within another 5 years. But how are we doing that? Are we training our youth who are coming out of the colleges and universities with the required skills? That is why today, if you want an electrician or a plumber, you need to wait for a long time, paying a heavy price, because the plumbers are very few in our society. The electricians are very few. The cost of, the spending money is more on that. So if more number of people are there, skilled laborers, naturally the cost comes down. Demand and supply mechanism here. So this fact is really affecting our country's GDP. With all these problems, we are ahead of many other countries. Look, then there is something called NASSCOM, National Association of Software and Service Companies. They say that every year more than 3 million graduates and PG students are added to the Indian human resource, and out of these, only 25% of IT graduates are considered to be employable because IT sector is growing fast. Now again, there is a big problem since 2 years. Okay. So all those who have done their graduation, especially in the field of IT sector, again, among them only 25% are being employed. Other 75% in IT sectors are not employed. Look at the scenario here. Then there is one more. There is something called skills of.
Yeah,
Ramesh, Elgudre, please stop talking. The skill gap in the IT sector is getting significantly worse as it faces talent shortage and employee retention. So talent shortage means there is a shortage of people with talents. What is employee retention? Anybody knows? Suvedita, can you answer this question? Employee retention.
I am not sure, sir. Probably the number of faculties who remain after a while, after a few years.
Okay. One more. Anybody can take a chance here. Employee retention. See, on one hand,
They have to retain in the campus for a long years.
Ashwini, you are right, of course, to some extent. Both of you are right, Suvedita and Ashwini, madam. See, the thing is, it is very difficult to retain the skilled persons in my industry because they keep migrating. Okay, on one side, it is very difficult to have skilled persons. We are not getting in good number. The moment they see after you get them employed in your industry, then they may go away. Retaining them, paying a heavy salary is also very, very difficult. So industries are facing these two problems. On one side, shortage of talented, skilled laborers. And on the other side, if they employ a few of them, it is very difficult to retain them. See, you may not believe national level IT companies are facing these problems now. National level schools, national level colleges, national level IT industries like that. So 66% of IT decision makers see that skill gaps in their teams as a major problem. So out of 100 employers, 66%, 2/3 of them have opined that there is a lot of skill gap. So this skill gap problem has been increased by two things. One is difficulty in hiring and retaining workers. So that is what Suvedita told and even other. And less investment on training and development. See, today the industries are not in a position to invest more on training. So these are the problems. Now, what is the Vision Skill India of NEP 2020? And all these points are self-explanatory. Here and there may be a few overlapping. I want everybody to focus, have good, thing. Skills and knowledge are the driving forces of economic growth. I have already told you. Countries with high level and better standard of skills adjust more effectively to the challenges. Like, for example, most advanced countries are least affected by these things. Okay. And the challenges related to their skill gap or skill shortage can be immediately taken care there because they are able to invest a lot of money on this training and other things. In case of India, it is very difficult because the population is very high. Then India currently faces a severe shortage of well-trained and skilled workers. It is estimated that only, look at this beautiful point, of course, very important point. Not beautiful, very important. Only 2.3% of the workforce in India has undergone formal skill training as compared to, look at these statistics. Okay, only 2.3% of the workforce means the working people in India have undergone formal skill training. Whereas in UK, it is 68%. Look, where is 68 and where is 2.3? And in Germany, it is 75%. So out of every 100 people who are working, nearly 75% people are highly trained with respect to the formal training sectors. And in US, it is 52%. Japan, it is 18%. And in South Korea, it is 90%.
12 pin, 130.
Dasanna, mute your.
Other 10:30.
Dasanna.
10 election 10:30.
A lot of problems in this batch. Lot of problems. I never saw this kind of this. Okay. Dasanna, please. Okay, you are speaking, but your mic is mute. Right. Did you understand this So in spite of all these things, India is moving ahead. It is ahead of USA. Now, why South Koreans and people in Japan, Germany, they are quite forward. They're quite ahead because of their attitude. You see, still Dasana is speaking to somebody else. Still he is talking to somebody else. Dasana, if you are not interested, please quit. He's sitting with somebody there. He's not at all focusing on the camera. Looking somewhere, working on a system there. I'm seeing him. I'll make a note of it. So large sections of the educated workforce have little or no job skills, making them largely unemployable. See, what is unemployment? Anybody knows? Dasanna Hedi? Dasanna, please tell me what is unemployment? Speak loudly.
Sir, unemployment means those who are getting degree, they are not getting the job, means it is called as unemployment.
What is underemployment?
Underemployment means those who are getting job, but they are working in private.
Working in?
Private.
No. Underemployment means anybody else? Ashwini K?
There is no right pay for their work.
There is no right pay for work. Very good, Vanishri. Good. Ashwini, what is underemployment? No, mute. Your mic is mute.
Okay, sorry, sir. Same, sir.
Not same.
Underemployment is the.
If it was same, I would have not asked you at all.
No, sir.
But
you-
actually,
Of course. Yeah. Try.
hello.
Yes.
Sir, actually, I think that underemployment means they are not having the employment and that they're skilled or whatever the skill they have. Based on that, they may not have a
Okay.
particular.
Rekha Mirle, madam, you are all correct, of course. See, underemployment means, say, for example, I am MA, and I've done my UGC exam also. So I'm supposed to get a job in a college, in a university college or in a degree college as assistant professor. But I had done BEd, so I'm working in a private school or I'm working in a school which is of primary level. So that job was enough only for what? DEd or TCH or BEd. So with added qualification, I'm working at a lower level. I was supposed to be employed in a university or a first grade college, but now I'm working in a school, that too in a private school or at primary level. So though I am more qualified, my job is not to that qualification. So if job doesn't suit to the level of qualification, then it is called underemployment. Did you all understand? I hope. So therefore, India must focus on scaling up skill training efforts. So the only way is we need to give skill training. So NEP 2020 has been a bold move that has revolutionized the Indian education industry. And there are 3 revolutionary reforms. It may be important even for the test. One is, transition from a learning-based approach to a skill-based model. What is learning-based approach? Anybody? Learning-based approach? Learning-based approach means you come to the school or college.
Learning from classrooms.
Yeah, I will teach, you learn and take up the exam and go. Is that clear? Come to the class, I will teach, you learn, take up the exam, write everything and get qualified and go. Skill-based model means it is more experiential, it is more practical, it will be on hands-on experience. So that means more than knowledge, skills are very important. So that is one revolutionary reform that you can see in NEP 2020. Second, look at this, introduction of vocational education right from the middle school age, that is 6th grade. Now, earlier we had vocational education, and somehow since 2 or 2.5 decades, it did not gain a lot of importance. Now we have started talking about again vocational education. Look at this. Earlier, vocational education was done only after 10th standard. ITI, diploma, I think you have all seen that. If anybody scores very less marks after SSLC, maybe 3rd class or 2nd class pass, then the parents used to say, you go to ITI. If the marks are a little better, you please take up diploma course after your 2nd PU, like that. So the job-oriented courses were started only after 16 years or 18 years. Now, the scenario is different. The government has suggested to have integration of value of what is a vocational education right from 6th standard. Just imagine when your child comes to 6th class, he'll start learning about one particular skill, one particular profession. And later on, he will be exposed to varieties of skill-based curriculum. Then 3rd one, formation of National Committee for the Integration of Vocational Education. National Committee for Integrating Vocational Education, NCIVE. So these are the 3 things which have taken place in the last 2 decades. So NEP adopts a learner-centric approach, focusing on experiential and lifelong learning. You must be knowing about it. I do not know how many of you know about the education pattern of NEP and how much of scope has been given to the skill education. Lifelong learning means even after acquiring some jobs or getting some jobs, a student can get additional qualification. Say, for example, honors with 4 years degree, and added with honors, if the student studies 1 more year, he will be provided PG. Like that, even after employment, he can learn. Okay, so lifelong learning, vocational education, and the transformation of HEAs. HEAs means higher education institutions. So, removing rigid distinction among curricular, extracurricular, and co-curricular subjects. That is another thing which has been projected here. So earlier, curricular, co-curricular, extracurricular were taken as a different sectors. Now all of them have been combined. So that is why it is called integrated education. Integrated. So all the 3 are mixed. Then vocational skill exposure from the early grades will be there through internship opportunities for children when they move to next level of education. So NEP proposes more skilled-oriented curriculum. So please understand, the curriculum which was knowledge-based or information-based has been slowly transformed into skill-oriented curriculum, focusing to promote creativity and curiosity among young minds, transforming them to become tangible global resources. See, you know, we worry about LPG, okay, privatization, then urbanization, like that. So now the globalization is a very big asset, very big advantage to us. Students are moving from one country to another country seeking jobs. So that is the impact of globalization. And students of our country are making names in other countries. And people of other countries are coming to India seeking some jobs. So we need to create young minds with high power of knowledge and skills, empowered with even attitude, who can shine in any other country or in any other part of the world, not only in India. So keeping that in view, 21st century skills have been taken seriously. 21st century skills. Can anybody tell me which are the 21st century skills? Rekha madam can speak. Rekha MM 76 number.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please come onto the screen. Come to the screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Do you know anything about 21st century skills?
Yes, sir. Actually, ICT enabled tools like and flipped classrooms and animated video, audio, tools can be used, sir?
No, 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 no.
Audio visual.
Hey, 21st century skills are different. Anybody else? Parvati ma'am? Anybody knows? Manishri?
Then creativity,
thinking.
collaboration,
Ah,
collaborative learning,
ah.
creative
Media
learning.
literacy.
Yeah, go to the Google immediately. Use another mobile.
The
If you have
student-centric
mobile and
learning, sir.
laptop, take the use of another thing. You are supposed to know all these things. These are the basic.
Giving internships.
Yeah. See, basically, communication
Learning through
skills.
internships.
Okay, good. Communication skills, then collaborative skills, creativity, right? Critical thinking. Now, all these things are called what? 21st century.
Literacy skills.
And most of these skills were proposed by US. And other countries have taken it for granted to follow them. Look at this. So this, keeping in this view, curiosity, creativity, inquisitiveness, okay. So all these things are very important for our young minds. So NEP is giving a lot of focus on that. So it's a continuous process. It doesn't stop. Skill development doesn't stop. And you know very well about Atmanirbhar Bharat. I think most of you must be knowing about it. Can anybody tell me what is Atmanirbhar Bharat? What is Atmanirbhar? It's a very, very famous slogan. These days we are hearing that. Our Prime Minister is normally seen using this word. Honorable Prime Minister and all educated people, they use this word.
Developing more self-confidence among an individual.
Okay, now
Produce-
you know very
producing
well
in
the
our
latest
own
trend
country.
is the latest problem now, international relationship. US is moving away, you know. They are charging around 50% of the tax on importing goods. Okay?
We are
Right?
producing
So you know that India
whatever
depends
the goods required
Yes, sir.
in our own country.
Yes, sir. Dakshinamurthy, sir.
That is, yeah.
See, producing goods in our own country,
One country.
giving good education for our children in our country only, giving all of them employment opportunities in our country only, and this is basically Make in India concept. Make in India. So we need not worry about what fluctuations are going on in other countries. Our economy should never get disturbed by Russia, Ukraine, or whatever other country is warring. I mean, is declaring war against us. Right? And even if some other developed countries say that we stop trade with India, it should least affect our economy. So from 1 week, we are seeing that Indians should become self-reliant like people of Japan, people of China. China is number one in the country, in the world today to have what? Self-sufficiency and self-dependency. We are moving in the same direction. The people of China, people of Japan, people of South Korea, etc., they work more. For them, the country is important. Country first, nation first, family next. But we worry more about our family, our home, our assets. And we are not worrying about society. We are not worrying about India. See, having a very good house in a subtle society, do you think that you are safe?
ಇಲ್ಲ
You're not safe. You're not safe.
ಒಟ್ಟೇನು
So make the country strong, automatically your
ಒಟ್ಟೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುದು
skill that Ramesh is talking.
ಇಲ್ಲ
Ramesh
ಹೆಂಗ್
commentating is
ಮಾಡುದು
talking.
ಗೊತ್ತಂತ ನಿರ್ಮಲ ಒಟ್ಟ ಬಿಲ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡುದು ಇವತ್ತು 500 ಆಯ್ತು 600 50
Dr. Ramesh is talking, you see. No, this is called attitude. I'm not seeing most of the faces here. That is why our India is like this. When you are doing a course, 2 to 5, you should focus only on the course, not doing other things. What I am giving an example like Atmanirbhar Bharat and why India is lagging behind still is because of people like this. Physically present, not mentally, not answering any questions, not asking any questions either. So Atmanirbhar Bharat means India with self-sufficiency, self-dependency. So to become Atmanirbhar Bharat and a true knowledge-based economy, India needs to build innovative and advanced skills and go beyond automation, computers, and electronics. Okay. So this is possible only through skill development. So NEP through skill development intends to establish a strong workforce. So the next 2 or 3 decades are very important. Your children or our children are at stake, let me tell you. They need to be stabilized. If they are not given employment opportunities, and if they are coming out with educational, whatever it is, they definitely become antisocial elements. So to prevent this severe problem in the future, we need to focus on how we need to be very active on giving skills to the outcoming graduates. So skill development is very significant means to address poverty reduction by improving employability skills and inclusive growth. Anybody knows what inclusive growth is? What is inclusion? What is inclusive education?
Along with the curriculum, other skills they have to inculcate.
No, inclusive education means there should be equity, there should be equality in the educational opportunities. We should involve everybody. No one should be put out of education. See, for example, people who are
should be there in
disabled, they should also be involved. Karthik?
inclusion of diversity of strength.
Very good, very good, very good.
Full
We
participation
should
of
include everybody, having diversity of people's background. We should see that everybody gets skill.
yes, sir.
So that is called inclusiveness. So it facilitates, NEP is trying to facilitate high productivity, increasing employment opportunities, enhancing the income of people, per capita income, of course, and overall development of youth. That is what NEP is thinking about. Like that, there are many, many points on these issues. And one more thing is there, NEP 2020 will not only reduce the social stigma of considering vocation as a career opportunity, but will also provide students a plethora of promising career avenues. So there was something called white-collar jobs. See, even today, people always want white-collar jobs. Shram Samskriti and Bhoga Samskriti, we say. Shram Samskriti means people will have to physically work hard to earn little money, whereas Bhog Samskriti means I don't want to work physically, I don't want to say sweat out, but I need lot of income, okay, without doing any kind of work. But there is something called active income and passive income. Now these days people are more bothering about passive income, earning lot of profit without working. So if that is the case, definitely vocations will become a big problem. Now there is a stigma that people who work hard belong to the lower category. One who is skilled, one who works. Now in other countries, please understand, even a plumber, electrician, or whoever it is, a cobbler, whoever it is, they are treated equally. In Indian context, they are not treated equally. So this stigma should be removed. Now, this has been done by NEP. So NEP says clearly that skilled people are more important than the people who sit in good positions having only knowledge as a power, not skills. So people with skills should earn more than people who are with only knowledge. That is the point here. For example, if a coolie works hard from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., he may be given around 500 rupees or 1000 rupees maximum here today. But how much of work he is doing? Skilled labor he is. At the same time, how much of money a man can earn within 1 minute or 2 minutes using his mind or knowledge. So this is where disparity is. So there is a social stigma saying that skilled jobs are not very important, not very income probing or income giving. So that stigma has to be removed. So NEP 2020 helps to equip the manpower of the country with an emphasis on developing technical skills as well as soft skills. Technical skills are skills related to using or applying the techniques of machines, using of machines or technology, plugging technology into profession. Now, on the other hand, we need soft skills also. Can anybody tell what soft skills are? What is a skill basically? What is a skill?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Karthik, tell me.
Sir, soft skills includes communication skills, interpersonal skills,
Okay.
management skills,
Okay.
work in group.
Ah.
All these things will come under soft skills.
Okay. I'm seeing your eyes turning towards right and turning towards the camera. Now, I wanted to tell you, tell me what skill is. Tell me what skill is, Karthik. What is a skill?
Sir?
What is a skill?
So skill is nothing but
Yes.
whenever work is involved, skill is nothing but the expertise.
Very good. Very good.
Example, if we consider, for example, sir, actually, I had a question when you mentioned the man who works hard and when the man who work with knowledge can be they treated equally, sir. Because, for example, if I take an electrician, so he may work like he will work practically like with whatever the equipment, but there is the knowledge required for electrical engineer.
Yes, yes, yes.
Who knows everything like planning.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes,
So
that is
definitely-
there. No, see the gap between the people with knowledge only and people with knowledge and skills, that is more. That has to be clear. Okay, that is what the meaning is. Now tell me what skill is. Skill is?
It's expertise.
Competence. It's a competence. It's a component of competence which is necessary to produce high quality products using less resources,
yes, sir.
including time. So using less time, less resources, produce high quality product. So that component or competence which is required to do this is called skill. Did you understand? So skill is a component of competence required to produce high quality products, maybe physical products or intellectual products, using less resources. So that is what skill is. Say, for example, skill of handwriting. If you say that a man is having good handwriting, he should take less time to produce good handwriting. That is very important. I write very slowly, producing less content, taking more time. That cannot be called skill. I hope you understand. Did you understand that? Again, in skills, there are two types. One is hard skills and the other one is soft skills. Can anybody differentiate these two? Hard skills and soft skills?
Soft skills means I think it is regarding the technical knowledge, like how fast we use like for example software tools or anything for teaching and all. Hardware means how the knowledge or
hardware and software
material
are two different things, Rekha ma'am. Hardware and software are two different things. Skills used to use hardware and software, they are not called hard skills and soft skills. Maybe that they are not called, they are used.
The subject
Karthik gave examples. Karthik gave communication skills, creativity as examples around 5 minutes back. So how actually they are different? What is the difference between these two? I think
Sir,
Ashwin will agree with the answer.
Hard skills are nothing but subject specific skills basically. And soft skills are like all this other communication skills, time management, other skills.
So I'm happy that you're answering. Good. Anybody else?
So soft skills are the personal skills.
No.
And hard skills
Are
are
soft
technical.
skills different from life skills?
Same. I feel it is same.
Sir, mostly the soft skills are actually behavioral skills we have.
Okay, good.
That means like maybe emotional or how we
Karthik, which
behave.
subject do you teach in your college?
Sir?
Which subject do you teach in your college?
Sir, I teach physics.
Very good. Being a science man, you are giving me the right answer, of course. Look, skill means, it is the component of competence. It's a what? It's something called competence only, which is necessary for a man to produce high quality finished product, taking less time, taking less resources. So how it should be ultimately? Okay, ultimately how it should be done. That is what skill is. Among skills, there are two types basically, soft skills and hard skills. Carrying a bag of 100 kilo weight, loading it to a truck, walking on a slope without being physically hurt is a hard skill. Is that called? Here, mountaineering is a physical skill. Cycling is a physical skill. Right? Swimming is a physical skill. Whereas soft skill means the skill which uses more of mind than of the body. So if more physical strength is used, it is going to become a hard skill. Okay. And soft skill means mind is being used more than the body. For example, as Karthik Kumar said, communication skills. Even Suvedita told me this example. Now I am communicating with you. I am just putting less effort on my physical strength. Of course, to talk continuously for 3 hours or 4 hours, we need strength to stand. We need strength to speak continuously using our vocal cords. Now that becomes the physical part of soft skill. But how I am speaking to you, how I am thinking about you, what is my behavioral patterns, what is my body language, how I am trying to catch your attention towards the camera. So when what is done by me, how I am developing an impression in your minds, how I am making you involved in the process of learning. Now all these things are related to my mind. So physically I am talking continuously for 2 hours, standing in a place, that is the hard skill. Soft skill is I am using good language, I am using communication skills, I am little empathetic on you, I understand you, I am trying to develop good harmonious relationship with you, I am worried about time management. So all these things are related to the application of more of my mind than of my body. So any skill which involves more of mind than the body, they are called what? Soft skills. Then what are life skills? Anybody? Is life skill a hard skill or a soft skill? These are all the questions related to general knowledge, and every day we are using these terms.
Skills
Maybe
comes
both,
under
sir.
soft skills.
Both,
Life skills are both hard
both
and soft.
hard and soft skill.
That in fact they are more soft skills than being hard skills, of course. Now, which skill is very important? Hard skill or soft skill?
Soft skills, sir. Of course.
How do you say that hard skills are not important?
No, everything. Both the skills are important.
Both the skills are equally.
Both are important, sir.
Oh, Asana is coming back
Both
to the
skill also, sir.
work is over, it seems. Okay, fine. Now, both the skills are very important. Can you apply or can you take up any hard skill without soft skill? Can you do something physically, easily, without applying your mind?
No, sir.
No hard skill can be applied without the intervention of soft skill. Whatever the physical work that you are doing involves the application of mind. So, soft skills are very much important than hard skills to some extent, as some people opine, because hard skills depend on soft skills. Without the application of soft skills, you cannot what? Apply hard skills. So both are equally important. Life skills are basically psychological competencies. Remember, they're basically psychological competencies. And the very term of life skill was coined by WHO in the year 1971, which was thinking about the reproductive health of youngsters to make our India a healthy society in the future. Okay. So keeping that in view, soft skills were to some extent renamed as life skills because both of them are nothing but the application of mind. I mean, both of them involve application of mind. For example, being assertive. Assertive means what? Being very strong on your opinion. When you say yes, you should say yes. You can't say no. So sticking on to your firm decision is very important. Now, that is being assertive. Communication skills. Then creativity, understanding others, understanding oneself, being empathetic, okay, and development of interpersonal relationship, intrapersonal skills, they're also very important. Time management, stress management, resolving conflicts, in collaboration with others, cooperating with others. Okay, no, all these things, all these things are the examples of life skills. So NEP strongly recommends not only the gaining of physical skills or hard skills, but also soft skills added with or empowered with a few of the soft skills which are very important to survive in industrial sectors. I hope all of you are understanding. NEP strongly recommends on one side technical skills and on the other side all kinds of physical skills. Again in the third dimension, almost all the soft skills. And again in the fourth dimension, at least a few of practically used imperative life skills like collaboration, cooperation, creative thinking, critical thinking, then understanding oneself, understanding others, then social skills. All these things are very important. So the vision of the government via this initiative is to make the 2030 agenda. What is 2030 agenda? In another 5 years, India should become sustainable. Remember, only 5 years are left for us. If we are not serious, like how most of us are today, the problem is going to be very serious. And we are the payers now. We are the payers in the later stages. We are going to pay a very heavy price. You may not understand the severity of the problem. Please know what is going on in other countries, in our neighbor countries only, and how India is very safe for us. Safest country in the world is India for us now. If you look into the international scenario, the conflicts among different countries and how the people are being killed, how social insecurity is there, and how people are migrating from their motherland, carrying their children, walking on deserts, waiting in the borders, getting into other countries to become coolies and being misused by other people. Please understand. Now, that kind of scenario is coming up in most of the countries. Now, this is mainly because that the education is not good. So now India is, of course, safe, but you can't take it for granted that it will continue forever like this. Now, the problem after 5 years or 10 years is, how do you give jobs to the enormous quantity of Indian youth population that is coming out of colleges and universities? Where do you give them jobs? Now itself, most of us are having a lot of problems related to our jobs. Now, of course, we have been employed. Now, we are enjoying the stability of our income, but it cannot go like this continuously. So 2030 agenda is to have sustainable development, which strives to ensure inclusiveness and equitable education. What is equity? Anybody knows? Dasana, you're again and again, you're talking to somebody. I'll report about you. Definitely, I'm going to report about you. You are not to be seen as a serious participant here. 14, number 14. Why you are doing like this? And many others I am seeing. I am asking you a question. What is equity? And what is equality? Are they same or are they different? You are supposed to know the meaning of all these basic terms which are being regularly used at higher education.
Different, sir. Both are.
Both are different. Now, what actually is the difference?
Equality, equity, sir. Equality meaning Kannada samanate, sir. Equity depends on economies.
No, Rakesh, equality means everybody is equal. Okay.
Equal, sir. Equal.
I want to give everybody a banana. Okay, 10 students. I want to give everybody a banana. But there is one student who is undernutritious. Like his nutrition is not good. I'll give 2 bananas to him and I'll not give 1 banana to other fellow who is highly what? Overnutrition, overfed. So that is equity. Equity means everybody should become equal with the appropriate distribution of resources. For a poor man, I'll give more money. For a rich man, I'll give less money. That is equity. I want them to be equal later. So without equity, there cannot be equality. Did you understand? See, there is a patient who is suffering from diabetes. I'll give him less carbohydrate. I'll give him more proteins. And one more fellow is there who is having a lot of proteins, but who needs energy. So for him, I'll give more carbohydrates. So both of them are now having equal amount of energy. Did you understand? So making the people equal with the proportionate distribution of resources is called equity. For example, there is a student who doesn't know English. I will take another additional class to him to teach him English. There is one man who is very good in English, but not good in Kannada. I'll ask other fellow to teach him Kannada. So this fellow is given 2 classes per day, English classes. That fellow is given only 1 class because he knows it. So at the end of the academic year, both of them are equally good in English. Did you understand that? So that is what equity is. So like that, there are many, many points. So what are the benefits of skill development? It's creating a workforce empowered with necessary skills. Then productivity is increased, employability of workforce is increased. Then youth participation is enhanced. Women participation in skill-based industries are increasing. Hats off to NEP 2020 because more and more women are being employed. They are into any sector of workforce, right from being loco pilots. They're the pilots in the aeroplanes. They are in the security guards. They are in any work which once upon a time was meant only for men. So disabled and other disadvantaged sections of the society, all are involved. Now this is what inclusiveness is. We are involving youth. 1 minute. We are involving women. We are involving disabled men and women. And we treat all people equal. And we are giving them equal opportunities. See that they become equal at the end. That is what equity is. And synergizes efforts of the various sectors. And all sectors are coming together. And labor market demands are always there. They are ever growing. So my dear friends, now it is 3:20.